The following program is a public service of Gulf Coast State College, WKGC, and Commodore Productions. And now, the Military Hour with Cary Deeter.
Welcome to another edition of Military Hour. I am joined again with returning wonderful guest, Linda Cope, her son Johnathan, and a special guest with us today, John Lee.
Thank you, sir.
Who is the GM of...
And I'm more than this. No, I'm just
you own the joint.
No. If only. Right?
If only. But fellow veteran,
Yep.
Air Force, and he's not holding it against me for being in the Army.
Nope.
Linda tried to make me a Marine this morning. No thanks. I went through that many, many years ago and said, I'll do Army. But in any event, welcome to
Thank
you
you.
all. Tell us about what's coming up. That I really let you know I'm going to be out of town. First time I'm going to miss. Don't like it, but I have to do what I have to do.
Yeah, but you'll be here for the barbecue.
Oh, tomorrow, yeah, food.
Yeah,
you know, food.
Food.
Yeah.
You'll be here for the barbecue.
Yeah.
So it's Friday, September 22nd, 10:30 to 1 at Emerald Coast Behavioral Hospital. And it's deep smoke barbecue. They're smoking the butts today. If you
Working their
drive
butts,
by,
smoking their
oh,
butts.
they're smoking those butts. And they put all the seasoning on them. Y'all, you just drive by, it'll just make you pass out. It's so good. And they have pulled pork sandwich, mac and cheese, baked beans and dessert, $8 for one meal, $15 for two. But if you get 10 or more plates and you're in a 20-mile radius, they will bring them to you, no charge. And this is good.
Free delivery.
Free delivery. But you can go by and just get your plate, or you can stay there and eat. And the number to call if you want to pre-order your meals is Teresa Mashburn at 850-532-6457. 850-532-6457. This is all on our website, but this is the biggest fundraiser of the year. And I can't thank Tim Bedford and Emerald Coast Behavioral Hospital enough for hosting these. They do these twice a year.
Oh, absolutely.
And
yeah,
deep
just
smoke
wonderful,
barbecue.
too.
Oh, and it's good food. It's not like, oh, yeah, I'll buy your plate and I'll pitch it.
And I have
It's
to say hi to
delicious.
my big buddy. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim. Hi, Tim.
I'll be there tomorrow. Get some grub.
Yes, and I'll be there too. And Johnathan will be. And we'll have to get plate. Y'all got to
Absolutely.
deliver some plates out to you at the hotel.
That would be good. That would be good. So, tell us, how did you get involved with, and she beat down your door?
No,
What's
not
the
at
deal?
all.
He was
not at
he was a
all.
blessing. He was not hard.
No, not at all.
No.
I think I actually went to Linda's first big service that they had years ago, and as a veteran, it was something that I always saw and was
Sure.
and wanted to get involved in. And as our company has grown on the beach, we finally have a venue where we can do it with the New Hampton. So when she did find me and call me, it was actually, I want to say April, maybe before the hotel was open, and for me it was a no-brainer. It's something that our company believes in, giving back to folks. So as a veteran personally, it's a chance to do this with Linda. And also for our team, it's a chance for them to get involved and see what we do as a company. And for everybody on the beach, it's kind of like our chance to get together and wrap our arms around these guys.
Good deal.
And say, hey, welcome
Love
to the world's most
Love
beautiful
it.
beaches.
Thank you. And Hampton Inn and Suites. And that's the beachfront. And you said it's right across from...
Gulf World.
Gulf World.
Yes.
So, oh yeah, I remember
It's
seeing it being
beautiful.
worked on.
Oh,
Yeah.
you ought to go
Yeah.
inside. They've got a delicious breakfast buffet every morning.
Yeah.
So it's nice. And your boss will be here
actually,
as much as he can be during the retreat.
My boss's dad is retired Navy. He was he worked with deep sea diving, instructing, and submarines and stuff.
What a
and
great
he's
place to be, right?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Kind of a little correlation there.
Yeah, and so he's coming over on Sunday to help out.
Good
and
deal.
He wanted to be involved, and again, he's kind of like me. He, although he didn't serve, he did because he was a kid. Went all over the world following his dad around. So he's jazzed about being here and helping with the
deal.
guys and girls, and so yeah, it should be fun. I'm
Glad to
looking
hear
forward
it.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. And I can't welcome you aboard because I'm not a part, but oh yeah, I can welcome aboard.
You're a
Thanks
part.
for
What
what
are
you
you
do.
talking about?
Thanks
You're
for
a
what you
part.
do.
Thank you.
Well, it was a blessing because, just approaching John, it was, yeah, we'll do this. And I'm going, I don't have to keep asking. It was, yes, I'll do this. I thought, yes, thank you. So it was a blessing, and they're rolling out the red carpet. I mean, if we need something,
Good.
here, we got it. And it's a blessing working with John and his team, and it just means a lot to us to have them come to a place that's just so loving and open-armed, and it's brand new, too.
And of course, I'm glad you didn't have to stump a toe or anything while you were kicking the doors to get, try and get. But
I would drive by that trailer when they were building out there. I thought, I got to find out a point of contact for this new place so they can come here. So it's a blessing. It's a blessing. But the Wounded Warrior Salute is coming up. And the Warriors come in September 25th to October 2nd. And the salute is at Grace Presbyterian Church the 28th, 7 to 8 p.m.
7 to 8, okay.
And Dr. Jimmy Seitz is our speaker. And the parade, though, leaves at 4 p.m. from the Hampton Inn and Suites Beachfront. WarriorBeachRetreat.org for the website and times. And line the streets. You guys, please do it again. It means a lot, doesn't it, Johnathan? And it's just, it's healing for both parties on both sides. And I thank the community, because you're out there by the thousands.
And the community has not let the entire county down.
Never.
And the entire city of the beach and in town. I mean, they're lined everywhere.
By the
everywhere
thousands. You ride
Just
your bike out there, and it's we have different bike groups that ride. The police are in their bikes, and we have Air Force that'll be in uniform on bikes out there riding also. And then the first 5 cars are pre-9/11 veterans, like Vietnam, Korea, World War II, that they didn't get such a warm welcome home. And so they're in the front. We're honoring them. And then they're our guest for the supper. And I just can't thank Grace Presbyterian Church enough for hosting this event. It's going to be awesome.
Yep, good deal. Absolutely good deal. So, I normally don't do this, but I have to ask.
Oh, gosh, okay.
No. What exactly did you do in the Air Force, and did your arms get tired when you were flying?
I started as a Russian linguist. That didn't take.
So if I said Damien Petrovsky, you'd know what I
I'd
want?
go niet.
I don't smoke either,
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
No. And then I actually was attached to the 1st TAC Fighter Wing out of Langley.
Oh, yeah.
And then I served at the best base in Europe, which was Schusterberg Air Base in
They have
Holland.
beer?
There was beer there, yes.
That's good.
We were the Queen's Own Wolfhounds, the 32nd Tactical Fighter Wing. We were the only unit in the active Air Force whose patch was designed by Disney. It was the wolf from, like, the Three Little Pigs wolf. It was multicolored. It was the only one like it, and it was a great base.
Interesting.
If you got to go to Holland, that's the place to go. So it's deactivated now.
But
And
don't those shoes hurt your feet?
they were ugly, weren't they? Yeah.
Probably didn't look good with the uniform either.
No. The yellow ones, not so much.
John, I'm just a little goofy.
I got that.
Yeah,
I
okay,
got that.
good.
Yeah.
A lot
yeah.
goofy, not
yeah.
little lot.
I love to give a brother trouble and a sister.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there's a bond with you guys. You find out somebody served, it's like, oh, yeah. It's like you've known them all their lives.
But I
It's a
think that's great.
connection.
Holland, are you kidding me? Send me.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll wear the shoes.
Yeah.
No problem.
We visited there. My dad was 39 years Army. I'm number 2 of 10 kids, and we traveled the world. We moved every 2 years. And I thought everybody did that. But when my dad was stationed in Europe a couple times, we'd go camping, and we'd see Europe on the weekends. And I remember how clean Holland was.
It is.
It was so clean. And we each got a pair of those shoes. But I don't know if I
There you
wore
go.
mine, but we got those shoes.
Yeah.
I got a pair that are that big.
You didn't wear those.
No, that was a
Wear those.
souvenir. Also known as a
Ours were real
souvenir.
shoes. They
Yeah.
weren't souvenirs.
Yeah,
but-
exactly. But part of my heritage is Dutch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we were the dumb Dutchmen. They left and came to Pennsylvania. So, but in any event, that's one part of my heritage.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, beautiful country. Though.
It is, yes.
And I have heard that the people there, are very friendly.
They were very friendly to us. I had an experience on a train. A guy stopped. He looked at us. I had the Air Force haircut. He said, "Are you an American?" Well, that's not a question that an American service member likes to answer. But it was just me and him and my wife. Anyway, he went into the story about how he thanked us because someone like us got him out of a prison camp.
See, you never know.
And he showed me the picture of his kids, and a lot of his kids had come to America and were, graduating from MIT and lawyers. And, and he, by the time it was over, we were all crying and weeping and at that moment.
Out of gratitude.
Yeah.
On his part.
Yeah, and
so.
he just, because he evidently, he just saw me, and he couldn't find the guy that really got him out. So
Wow.
I got to stand in his stead, and
How about that?
it was yeah.
You know, and contrary to what we are all seeing, there are more people in this world that absolutely love Americans and our way of life than what we hear being put forth.
That's right.
I mean, if you do any kind of traveling, go anywhere, and there are more good than bad. Unfortunately, the bad gets the headline and the attention. And there are those that will believe the bad. But
that's the beauty of these retreats and the parades and
Exactly.
the opening ceremonies is you see all the good. You see, it doesn't matter. Everybody's out there. Everybody's
Sure.
out there. You'll see the Brownie troops, the Girl Scout troops. You'll see the Navy and the Coast Guard lining the fence with salute shoulder to shoulder as we go by in the parade. You see people out there with flags and signs, and they're crying. And we're all crying.
Amen.
And
Yeah.
it's just beautiful. And I just thank the community for continuing to support these men and women, because there's nothing like this in the nation where a whole community does an event. This is, you know, I spearheaded, and my husband, thank God for my husband Philip, he is the man behind the scenes that does, you get all those emails and all from him. He won't go in front of a camera, and don't put me in front of a computer, because that's just not my gifting. But he's so gifted with the detail and all. And then Johnathan works as my executive assistant and our chaplain now, because he graduated Bible college.
well, I'm going to have to be careful now that you let that
Yes.
information out when I answer the emails. I better quit saying stuff like, sweet lady, thank you, darling, because your husband may not like that.
You are
And
too much.
my wife wouldn't like it either, knowing I was flirting with a man. No, you know I'm kidding. You know I'm kidding.
Always, always.
But I have had the pleasure of meeting your husband, and you can tell he's a rock.
He is.
he's
Well,
a
we
good
were
man.
married 40 years, June 11th. We
Hallelujah.
have 4 kids and 7 grandkids, so
Yeah. Well, he's more than a rock. He's steel.
I know. Why? Because he stayed with me? You know, he's
No, he's strong.
He's a strong man.
See, she's trying to get
we
me in
love
trouble.
each other.
I know.
But see, I met him in college. We both went to Troy University.
Hey,
Is it Troy State now?
I
no,
believe it's Troy State. Isn't it?
well, it was Troy University when we went.
yeah.
Tell him my age. And he had never flown in a plane. And I flew all over the country. And we got married. God does put opposites together. And, you know, he's a wonderful man.
Yeah, my wife's nice.
And you're the meanie.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Oh, you're a sight. But again, and throughout the community, so many people donate. Restaurants, the venue, they have a card, and pretty much every venue on the beach they get to go to for free. And you got the beach chairs.
Yeah,
and
Fun
umbrella.
Beach. I mean, Fun PCB. I got to get that right. Donated beach chairs and stuff. James with those guys was just. I called him. He's like, whatever you need.
Good.
So yeah.
Good
That's a
deal.
blessing.
Yeah.
And there's so many donors. They're all on our website. They will be posted on there for this retreat soon at thewarriorbeachretreat.org. And we are not at all affiliated with Wounded Warrior Project. We are the local 501c3 Northwest Florida charity. They're another great group. I mean, it takes a nation to heal these men and women. It's not
Absolutely
just
true.
one group, it's all of us.
Yep.
But this is local. This is local. And you can donate warriorbeachretreat.org, and that'll be much appreciated.
Please do it. What you can, when you can. I mean,
As often as you can.
You know, I'm still on that raising money for the nurses scholarship here at Gulf
Oh,
Coast.
yes.
I will pick up pennies out of a parking lot. Throw them at me if you see me. I'll pick them up. That way we can get another one established.
That's
Because
awesome.
there's a critical shortage of nurses in our nation again.
That's
So-
something.
And you knew the young lady that was prior.
Yes, we met her. We
yeah,
met her earlier,
Diane
and
Rich.
she's looking great.
Yeah,
She's-
and she was a combat medic.
Oh, yeah, and they see a lot. They see a
Oh
lot.
yeah. They see more than most should, as do chaplains.
The chaplains and the medics, we've had numerous of those on our retreats as we're going actually going into our 9th year, and it's really a struggle for them.
Oh yeah.
And her as a woman especially, you know, it's tough. But then, Johnathan, what you got to say, brother?
3 questions, right?
Oh, no. You answer them.
Well, yeah, and I'm just honestly, I just love being a part of helping encourage and counsel and minister to these guys. because, I like to see the change going on in them while they're on this retreat, and they get to be themselves. They get to open up and be who they are, and that's what I love about doing it, because and just seeing this bonding camaraderie among the guys and the gals, and they get to open up and just be themselves, and that's when healing comes and hope comes, and they get to move on, and they're not alone in this, they understand each other, relate, and it's a healing, and it's just a fun and thing. Marriage is strengthened, and lives changed and saved, and they got work, and I love being a part of that, and so I love doing it, so I'm gonna keep on doing it. So.
Good deal.
Yeah.
So, you graduated.
Yes.
Finished with school.
Yes.
And you're obviously going to continue with this and,
Yes.
and ministering in that way
Yes.
to the warriors and spouses and families. Are you also thinking or seeking about getting in a church somewhere as an associate pastor or youth director or anything like that? Is that in some of your plans as well? Or I know I'm putting you on the spot. It's what I do.
No, you're fine. I'd rather be where God has me, honestly.
Couldn't be in a better place, could you?
And to see, wow, I'm sorry, it just gets emotional.
It's okay.
God birthed this calling inside of me because of what I've been through, of course, but what my brother Josh has been through, and to see that I'm able to make a difference in people's lives, and we become friends and family, and I feel like I can relate to them. I don't have to be behind a pulpit and have a church. I can be right where God has me and where He's using me. And it's just relief. And I feel like I've seen pastors and the callings and these pastors, but that's where God has them. I have to be where God has gives me peace, and where He put the encouragement and gifting inside of me to be able to minister to these guys and gals and to relate and just to have fun. And, that's a good question, actually. And I don't have to necessarily be behind pulpit or have a church, because that's not my calling. My calling is to...
Now, let me say this about putting you on the spot. You may not realize what you just espoused and expounded on, but that, my young friend, is wisdom. You want to be where God wants you to be.
Yeah.
Because none of us are where we want to be.
Yeah.
Or I'd be some fat cat, rich, loaded up dude laying on a deserted island somewhere. But that would be my plan, not His plan.
Yeah.
So I am only going to be where He has me.
Yeah.
So
And-
you have spoken wisdom for your young years.
And the thing is, nobody else is doing this. And God put me at the right time, right place at the right time. So yeah, and that's why I want to be where God has me in the right place at the right time, so I can allow Him to use me as His vessel to love others where they want to, where they need to be loved, because nobody else is doing this. And there's a reason why God put me where He put me, so I can be who I am, but still minister in a way that it can relate and they understand and they feel comfortable around me.
Yep.
And that's the thing. That's the key. Comfortable. They feel like they can be themselves, and I can be myself, and I can relate to them, and they can relate to. It's a one-on-one thing, because mine is hands-on ministry, counseling, gifting, counseling, and chaplain. That's my role, and that's where for so many years I've been doing this, and I've asked God so many times and trying to look for other calling, but God has put people, the right people, in my lives to confirm this is where this is where God's got you. Where God, don't be trying to do any other calling or anything. That's their calling. My calling is right where God's got me, and if He gives me a peace, here's what I've learned, man. When God gives you peace about something and you love doing it, don't do anything else.
Exactly. Yep.
That's your sweet spot.
Yep. Exactly right.
Bingo. It's like my pastor said, stay in your lane. Don't go anywhere else. Don't try to compare yourself. Don't try to do something or be something not be where. I was born to do this, honestly. I realized that,
There you go.
And God made me realize that, and He does speak, and sometimes He said, "This is where I've called you, or you're doing what I've called you to do."
Well, you've got the passion. I'm glad to see it. I really am.
And a heart. So
yeah.
why would I want to do anything else?
Well, you can't have passion without a heart, or a heart without passion.
That's right. Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm not going to keep putting you on the spot.
So hey,
That's fine.
I'm good with that.
Just
Well, and
giving
John
you-
gave him a
give me fair
beachfront
warning.
room. A beachfront room.
You gotta
take care of John.
You got to take care of a brother with a similar name.
Exactly.
So
Oh, that's right.
his mom was trying to give his room away.
Did
And,
I tell you what my middle name is now? Cary John.
yeah.
Oh, I'm surrounded by Johns. I'm surrounded by Johns.
Well, I get the beachfront room. You
Oh,
know.
we'll listen to you.
Yeah.
Well, we had a
But
last minute.
thank you for that, Jonathan.
Yeah. See, be what God wants you to be, and don't go anywhere else. If He does, fine. But for me, that's not the case, honestly. Because what if I feel like, I want to do that, and like, why would you want to do that when I'm exactly where God wants me, and nothing else matters, And because it's just really, it's amazing, because what I've been through, and I've went through my brother, I can relate, and it's freeing, honestly, and I get to have fun too.
Well, he keeps up with these guys all year long. It's not just the retreats. Then we have, then we have 3 mini retreats, and then when Family Life has them available, they provide cabins for a marriage conference cruise. Everything to strengthen the marriages. That's our heart and our vision.
Yeah, and that's extremely important. Strengthening the marriages.
Oh, they take a hit. Marriage is tough enough as it is. And
I
you throw
screwed 2 of them up, and I ain't saying that proudly at all. I mean, I was the one that really ruined 2 of them. 2 stints of 20. Hey, you got to wear your successes and your failures. Those are my failures. So, not gonna fail the 3rd time.
But that's what we have. David Trogdon
Yep.
and Connie. They come, and he's coming with his wife to work as our chaplain couple. And
Love
he's got
me
a
some
heart.
David.
Oh, he's precious, and
Yep.
she is too. They just
Oh, yeah, Connie's
connect.
a sweetheart.
Oh, we just love them. They have a heart to connect. You'll meet them to just connect and love on these men and women, and they don't mess with them. I mean, they see somebody's. David gets in their face. He's good, but it's with love.
Yeah.
And he's not a real tall guy, but he's a giant of a man.
Was that a short joke? That sounded like a short joke.
Oh my goodness.
At least you made it on him, not me. Love you, brother.
Love you, brother. All of us.
And I'll say something about them. They're such a blessing in my life, and so much godly wisdom. And it's funny. I go Starbucks and with David, and we go have the Starbucks. We talk about stuff, and we just have a good old time. And his wife's like, "Miss Connie needs some Johnathan fix." And I'm like, and that tells me that I'm where God wants me.
Y'all go to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Y'all got
David
too much
goes,
money.
David goes to Starbucks
Yeah.
always. Oh, that's his hot spot. He
Y'all
loves
got
Starbucks.
too much money.
Yeah, and then he'll
Come to my house for coffee and bring me the money.
But yeah, that's a little. I wanted to share that too. So.
Side note, as you say, a side
Yeah.
note. Now, John, how long have you been here in Panama City?
Well, I've been back to the beach for about 8 years. My folks are actually from here. Both Bay High grads back in the 50s.
Natives?
Natives, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
They could be
Wow.
celebrities.
Yes,
Wow.
my grandfather worked for, he was a boat mechanic, and my other grandfather worked at the paper mill.
How about
So my wife is from Chicago. We honeymooned, I actually had orders when we got married, and we kind of did a going away tour, saying goodbye to the grandparents and stuff. And being from Chicago, she'd never been to this part of Florida, and she was like, we have to live here.
Oh, wow.
So after, again, like Johnathan said, you got to be where you're supposed to be.
Yep.
It took a little while, but about 8 or 9 years ago, I got a job. We got back, and she says, if I get another job somewhere else, she'll come visit me because she's not leaving.
Gotta love that.
Yeah, she has turned into a beach person.
Good. Well, you know my story, how I landed here. So, yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. So
And
So,
I'm
but you were
glad I'm here.
Where were you working before this place?
I've actually been with Innisfree Hotels for 5 years. I managed our first property on the beach, the Beachside Resort, for about 4.5. But I've had Hilton experience in my past, which Hampton's a Hilton brand, so I was the guy on site, and so they offered me the chance, and
Thank God you took it.
when you call, you show up.
Exactly.
You know, so
That's funny. Because I got one of those calls in transit between South Atlanta and here, and anyway, but you know that story too about the girls from Texas and and
You got stories to tell.
Yeah.
You've got stories to tell. Well, I'm glad you were working at that when I called. That was a blessing.
And there's a lot of things that I wanted to share with you, Cary, about the whole sociopath incident. I want to share a short story about that. We go to Destiny Work Center, and recently I was inside the church during worship, and personally, I heard felt like the Lord said, your ministry is not inside this church, it's outside. And it kind of confirmed, like, okay, yes, Lord. So, that confirmed.
oh, I hear you. Yeah,
So,
I get that.
yeah.
Well, most of our ministry is outside the church. You know, what good is it just to stay with? You need the strength and fellowship from the people in the
Yeah,
church.
true.
But we're supposed to be to reach out to everybody. It's not just. I mean, what good are we in the kingdom if we're just
Yeah.
with our four
if
and
you're
no
just
more?
in the kingdom,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not about
That's
that.
right.
So.
I know.
See, it's like people saying, "Oh, well, yeah, I'm going to pray for you." Wait a minute, hold the phone. I appreciate the thought, I appreciate the prayer, but prayers without action are what?
Dead.
Yeah.
That
So,
works
you know.
as dead. But if you have not seen that brand new Hampton Inn and Suites, not oceanfront, beachfront,
Yeah.
it doesn't. Hampton Inns are
Beachfront?
nice.
Well, it's on the Gulf.
It's on the
she,
Gulf.
She gets a little confused.
Oh, hush! I know.
They call it the bay, whatever.
It's on the water.
It's on
It's
the water.
water.
It's on the, it's on the,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like the ocean, but it's the Gulf.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. They really sunk the money in that place. It's just the lights and the whole thing is
We're
very.
on the bay, but we stole the joint.
What? What are you talking about?
Our home.
Where do you live? You
On
stole
the
it?
bay out off 390.
Oh.
Yeah, we stole it.
Well, that's a blessing.
Yeah, well,
I guess.
I hope so. I haven't been caught yet, so
Now y'all live on the beach though. You live
Yeah, I
on the beach
live
side.
down on the west end, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, we're beach people. So
You got a place right on the water?
no. But it's 3 minutes from sand, 3 or 4 minutes.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah. So
Wow.
again, it's one of those things. We just kind of, we didn't steal it, but we just found it, and I won't tell the landlord that he could charge a lot more for it than what he's charging. But
you just messed up.
Yeah,
This
there you
gets
go.
aired on both cable channels.
yeah, well, I think they live out of town. I hope. So, yeah.
But in any event, now we were fortunate to get what we got where we're at, because I have this beautiful view of the bay that I can sit right in the front of the house, and that's my
Yeah.
all the water. I just have to have it.
Yeah.
There's healing in looking out over the water. And that's why we're so grateful, John. They're all beachfront, waterfront, Gulf front rooms, even Johnathan's. So they can sit on their deck and just sit out there. And we don't have all these scheduled activities. We want them to show up for breakfast, lunch, and supper. We have the marriage conference the first morning they're there. And we tour the Navy Dive School. The ladies go to a spa day. That cost us that's expensive. We pay for that spa day. But they deserve it. You know, so much attention, really. If you look across the country, there's lots of groups that do so much, which is necessary for the wounded warrior.
Absolutely.
But that caregiver is home with the kids, and she's dealing with the man that's not the man that left when he went to war, and he came home from war, and she's crying, mercy. So we really focus on the caregiver when they come. But it's just, you know, it's just, they love it. They love coming here. And then we don't have all this other stuff scheduled where they can just go walk hand in hand on the beach, you know, go to the venues that are donating things and just connect.
Yeah.
And then they connect with all the other warriors and wives, because we have so many that are coming in, and they heal each other. They, you know, you can just sit and talk and tell war stories. And they heal each other. It doesn't matter what rank or what branch, they connect. They connect. And it's just a beautiful thing to see.
And that's really part of the best of the things that take place during the Warrior Beach Retreat.
Yep.
So I hope that you remain in continued good health and you're able to keep going until there's no longer a need, but there's always going to be a need.
I know, they're going back over there now.
So have you thought about training your replacement yet? Because it's kind of a military thing to do.
Well, Johnathan is doing a great job. Yes, he's our right-hand
Make sure
man.
he keeps that haircut.
Well, and then when my husband retires in several years, he does this. He really has 2 full-time jobs now. But our heart is to do more and more to keep the 2 major retreats in our area, but do more of the smaller retreats, because there are other places across the country that are interested in us coming to host one, or that would be good places to go, because the smaller retreats are from a Thursday through a Monday, and we just have 6 or 8 couples, and they connect, and it's just a good healing time.
Sure.
No parade, no opening
Yeah.
ceremony, just coming together.
Speaking of time, guess what?
It's over.
It is, it's closing in on let's go time.
All right.
In any event, thank you again.
Thank you, Cary.
Always a good time. I have fun. I expect one of these days I'm going to get slapped. But in any event, John, it was a pleasure
Nice to meet you, sir.
brother.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
For our veteran brothers
You too.
and sisters.
You too.
I don't do nothing but cause trouble.
Well,
Ask around, they'll tell you. Anyway, till next time.